Breaking now on The Mike Gallagher Show.
Senator Mitt Romney has said moments ago he supports the Senate in moving forward with the Supreme Court nominee. He's going to vote based on the qualifications of the nominee, of the president's nominee, which incidentally will also, we just learned, will be announced this Saturday from the White House. Here was Senator Romney. This is courtesy of Fox News Channel. This is what Romney said about the entire Supreme Court process.
Senator Romney, you know there's Supreme Court nominations take some time, and there isn't a lot of time before the election. Would you support a lame duck vote if Democrats win the majority?
You know, I'm not going to look at all the hypotheticals that might occur, but I've laid out what I intend to do, and that would be dependent upon, or not, excuse me, not dependent upon the timing. I don't know whether the decision will be made before or after the election, meaning the final vote will be before or after the election.
Would you be all right if the final vote was before the election? Would you have a problem with that?
Well, my statement applies to the current circumstance, which means the timing will be decided by the Judiciary Committee and the majority leader as to when it gets to the floor.
Now, I've thought a lot about never-Trumpers like Mitt Romney and the organizations and the Republicans against Trump and all that. They gotta be they're in a tight spot right now, and they know it. If you want to advance conservatism, you're going to oppose a 6-3 conservative majority in the U.S. Supreme Court because you don't like Trump. You can't be intellectually honest and have that position. And oh, by the way, this is what President Trump delivered. Millions of Americans voted for President Trump because of this very issue, the U.S. Supreme Court. So Senator Romney is right. He doesn't like Trump. He has Romney wanted Trump impeached. Remember, he voted to go forward with that. He's no fan of President Trump. He is a fan of the U.S. Constitution. He is a fan of the rule of law. He's a fan of conservatism. But this is the difficult way that never-Trumpers and anti-Trump people have twisted themselves into a pretzel. They hate the man's personality so much that they have seemingly opposed conservatism. It looks like that would be a bridge too far for Mitt Romney, and Romney ought to be given credit for this. He absolutely ought to be given credit. Lindsey Graham should be given credit because 4 years ago, Democrats were opposing Merrick Garland's nomination. That's what Billy wants to talk about here in the ReliefFactor.com studios. Hey, Billy, thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing good, Mike. Thanks for taking my call. Love your show.
You bet. Thanks.
First, I want to tell you that I'm a constitutionalist first and a Republican second. Okay? I do believe that President Trump should get his pick. But I think if we're going to be honest and abide by our principles, which I think is the Constitution, we need to admit that we were wrong in what was done to President Obama. And all this crap about who holds what branch of the government at the time, it's meaningless. It does not take away the president's authority given to them by the Constitution.
Correct. So let me see what you believe would be advanced. And let's stipulate. Let's stipulate that the parties were different. The situation was different in 2016. Let's not even argue about the split, the checks and balances and the parties, the Democrats had the White House, the Republicans had the Senate. Let me concede to you that was wrong. What does that do? What does that do?
It's not going to change the fact that Trump should get his pick.
What's it going to change?
In order for us to be intellectually honest, as you like to say, which I agree with, we need to admit that was wrong.
All right, so what does that do? Though, I mean, pragmatically, what is that going to do? When you see the Washington Post essentially agreeing with you, the Democrats are largely powerless to stop this from happening now, and with Romney on board, the Democrats appear not to have the votes. What would be saying, hey, we were wrong to oppose Obama in 2016? What will that accomplish precisely?
Well, I think it kind of takes away something that the media can use by calling us hypocritical if we just admit that we are hypocritical, and we were.
Okay. All right. Admit it. Fine. So what? It doesn't do anything. I mean, all it does, I'm not sure. I mean, that's fine. Most people aren't willing to say, I'm a hypocrite. So, I don't think you'd
Right.
say it. I don't know that I'd say it. I don't know that a politician is going to say it. But if you want to say that the arguments that the Republicans used are precisely the arguments that in 2016 are exactly the arguments that the Democrats are using now, so be it.
Right.
Because, and let me ask you directly, do you believe the Democrats are being hypocritical now?
Well, no, I think they were right back then to demand that Obama be allowed to have
Right.
the nomination.
So now
They
they're
were right.
demanding
Yes,
that
yes,
Trump
they are.
not. So they are being hypocritical now too.
Right, but I think it's important that what it needs to come down to as far as deciding what needs to be done. What does the Constitution say?
That's
Bottom
right,
line.
exactly. And the Constitution is on our side this year.
Absolutely,
So that's the bottom line. So again, if you want fairness, just be fair. If you want Republicans to stipulate that it was wrong to oppose Obama in 2016, make sure the Democrats acknowledge they're wrong to oppose it now. That's okay. That's okay. Fine. I mean, all we're doing here is trying to advance like a debate school argument, and it's not. We don't have. There's no debate here. There's not any real time for a debate. We got real important matters to contend with in this country, and this is one of them. It's all on the line. 15 minutes before the hour. Thanks, Billy. Good to talk to you. 800-655-MIKE. Here's Gary. Hey, Gary, what do you think?
Hey, Mike, first of all, God bless you for the work you do, because you know what? This is hard, and I watch every day, and you do a magnificent job navigating through all
You're
this.
very kind. That's very kind of you to say that. Thanks, Gary.
Trump played this right. He's doing it the right way. He is following the Constitution on it. The Senate in 2016, well, there was a precedent there, because you're talking about a Republican Senate putting up a liberal judge in an election year. They have put up, when the same party, which usually were the Democrats, controlled the Senate and the presidency. I don't remember the exact number, but I do know that they had put up quite a few in an election year, so they did not.
Right, but you understand my point. If the best they want is to concede that the roles were reversed 4 years ago, okay, give them that. I mean, it doesn't move the needle at all. But if that's important, I mean, again, fairness is fairness. The Democrats. Did you hear that montage I played from the RNC?
Absolutely.
Wow. I mean, could it be any clearer, Gary? I appreciate very much your kind words.